Hi there, I'm Becky Franklin from the Ultimate Home Gym, and welcome to our FitPro series. All right, so hello everybody, and welcome to our FitPro series where we are talking to local fitness professionals. So today we're talking to Dan, who is one of the owners of Ultimate Home Gym, who happens to be my business partner, my life partner. And yeah, let's dive in. Dan has been in the fitness industry for how long?
Over 20 years.
20 years.
Yeah.
So he's been a personal trainer. He's been a fitness manager at the good old Good Life. He is a Canfitpro
Pro trainer.
certified pro trainer.
Yep.
And he has owned a fitness studio with myself for the past 6 years, which we closed down last year.
July. Yeah.
Yeah. So welcome, Dan.
Well, thank you for having me.
You are welcome.
And also, you left out that we also own the Ultimate Home Gym now, and now I'm actually teaching at a prep school. Of course, teaching the fitness aspects of their schooling program. So it's been fun. It's been a ride.
Yes, right. So that actually leads to my first question.
Okay.
So Dan, how have you had to transition your business since COVID, and what is the one thing that has surprised you the most about this transition?
Okay. Well, it's been quite a year. So as you mentioned, we had to close our gym in July. We owned that gym for 6 years and ran it as far as successfully. So that was quite a hard decision and an adjustment that had to be made. And we pivoted by basically naturally sort of walking into a position of selling equipment to our clients and then building that into a business now where we're selling fitness equipment to mostly Toronto residents, some Quebec and other provinces. But so we transitioned to sell fitness equipment because we felt
Toronto or Ontario?
Ontario,
Okay.
mostly. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we felt two major things was missing. We saw that the prices were driving incredibly high on fitness equipment, and we thought that was not the right moral and ethical way to go about people that are required and need fitness in their life and just can't afford these prices. So we thought we'd do our best, and you were in on that, obviously, and to create fair pricing and good equipment, good quality equipment for these individuals that wanted to keep their fitness active and live while all the gyms were closed down. So that was important to us. And naturally, we know fitness equipment fairly well. We've been around it for a long time. So it's a natural transition to get into that and help provide some fitness equipment for individuals around us. That. And then the biggest thing that surprised me, how comfortable you can get with change, to be honest with you. Like in this current situation, you cannot rely really on any consistency, and being comfortable with discomfort in a way and comfortable with change allows you to stay pleasantly happy through life and just keep rolling with what life kind of presents to you and keep yourself open to opportunity. So it's been a good surprise, I guess.
That's very true. Yeah. You have to be on your toes. So in this transition, Dan, have you given up training and transitioned?
No, actually, no. I kept clients. I'm still training clients online. I think that's something that I've done for so long and I love to do. And the clients that stay with me, I'm grateful for them. I still enjoy working with them and training them. And I've been training them for 3 years or so. Like I've been with them for a long time. So I'm very grateful for them and for that. That did help us in that short-term transition greatly. So no, I still train clients in and after school hours.
Cool. Awesome. Okay. So next question, Dan. What is one common myth that most people think they have to do to achieve their fitness goals that you want to debunk?
Okay, I've got two, but I'll try and keep it short. So it's hard to break it down to one. The first one is people having to lift all these crazy weights to get strength goals, when that's really not what it takes to get strength. Later in your lifting career, maybe, but in the beginning and the interim of your lifting career, it takes consistency. If you're consistent and you're keeping track of your positioning and your form and how you're actually doing the exercise, you can have amazing results without actually lifting too much. So I would really say consistency over load almost any day is going to get you those results. And the other part is on the nutrition side, because that's also very important to me, is calorie counting. And just calorie counting, I think, is a shortcoming to providing optimal health for an individual. And I fully believe that if the body is operating correctly and properly, so cell functions are optimal, you will not be overweight or have much weight on your body, because your body optimally wants to function with just enough fat to keep you alive and warm. So I think if you focus on the health and not the calories, you ultimately reach your goal, but in a way that's going to be a lot healthier mentally and physically for you.
Okay, cool. So would you say from that answer, consistency over load, what if someone was consistent but consistent at loading? Would you?
Well, like consistently just sort of elevating their load and maximizing their load.
But they're still consistent.
Okay, that's risk versus reward. I'll go to risk versus reward, because really, if you have a linear sort of approach to your fitness level where you're constantly just loading up your body, when you exercise, you're breaking down. Okay, so your body at a biological level is breaking tissue down when you exercise. Your recovery is when you actually build. So, and I know a lot of people know this, or maybe they don't, but essentially, if you don't adequately get proper recovery into your day, into your life, into your week, into your months, your years, your body is going to break down and injury will show up, will prevent you from actually getting better results. So I do think that you do need to pay extreme attention to your body and what it needs, and sometimes not working out is what it needs. And I just hope everyone has the know-withal to sort of feel through that position and take a break when it's needed.
Okay. And when you don't focus on load as much, you can be more consistent. I'm guessing what you're trying to say there.
Exactly. So if you just focus, so you can stick to your workouts more consistently because your body's getting the recovery it needs.
Okay, cool. That makes sense. Okay, so what type of clients do you enjoy working with, Dan, and what kind of goals do they typically have?
I've worked with many different clients in my career, and the clients that I enjoy working with are the clients that show up. Mm-hmm. And what I mean by that is I can deal with injury, I can deal with not understanding how to do an exercise or limitations physically or mentally. I can deal with all that. But if a client just doesn't want to be there, I don't want them there. Okay. I want a client to show up. And when a client shows up and ready to go, I'm ready to go. And I think that's extremely important for their success and our relationship success as well.
Cool. And what kind of goals do they typically have? If your clients have a specific type of goal that you like to work with?
Honestly, the goal that I work best with is longevity. Okay. The clients that are looking to include fitness and health as a lifestyle and not this interim 6-week or 8-week goal. I don't work well with quick turnaround goals. I don't have a strong belief in them. So clients that are looking to include exercise and fitness into their lifestyle, those are the clients that I explore and work well with, because we can work on different things that improves their overall life.
Perfect. Okay. Makes sense. All right. So when have you seen the best results, or what program or advice were your clients following at the time?
For the best results?
Yeah.
Okay. That's a great question. Yeah, that's a great question. When a client pays attention to the process and not the outcome, I think is the answer. And I'll try and explain that briefly. Is the human body is such a unique thing to the individual, in the sense that we're all built differently and we all respond differently to certain things. So no outside person, a trainer, a nutrition coach, a doctor, whatever, was going to understand that client's body better than they should. So the persons that can really feel through the process and understand what it is that they need, in conjunction with the information and the knowledge that the coach can provide, I think is the best formula for success. And them not looking at immediate outcomes and looking at, okay, well, maybe I didn't get it the exact outcome I wanted from this thing, but I did see some benefit from it, so I'll add to that, and not dead stop it in the water because they didn't get the benefit they're looking for, and just keep that continuum of growth and learning.
Okay, that makes sense. Awesome. So how do you feel mindset plays a role in your clients' results?
Right. Mindset in results. I don't think you can have results without mindset. Does that sum it up? Like, I don't
Yeah.
think you can, I don't think you can achieve anything unless your headspace is there. And I've been saying this for years. Like, you get a lot of clients, and I'll use weight loss as an example just because it's an easy thing to explain. But there's a lot of other avenues like this. But a client comes in and wants to lose weight, but they're not in the headspace to do it. Like, they're not actually willing to lose the weight, because losing weight realistically actually isn't difficult functionally. Like, all it takes is you to make changes to your diet and lifestyle. Now, getting down to like 6% body fat, that's another, I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking getting to a healthy weight. It doesn't take a lot. So it's all in your mind. Like, once you understand, okay, don't eat the chocolate, don't eat have the big pasta meals, and you got to move, you got to exercise, you got to do all these things. It's not complicated, but people like to overcomplicate it. So when your mindset is right, it happens for you. Like, it happens, you'll figure it out. It happens. So it's extremely.
What do you mean by right? Like, what would the person, some of the things that they would be thinking that would lead to a positive result or mindset?
Right. Okay, so when you have it's when you have a result that you're looking for, there shouldn't be really anything else that gets in the way of that said result. In the sense that, okay, so let's say I like broad goals, because broad goals allow room and flexibility. I don't like hard, sort of specific goals. Let's start there. So I don't like, I want to lose 10 pounds, because what does that actually mean? What does 10 pounds mean? Like, I don't get it. To me, I don't understand 10 pounds. If you wanted to lose weight so that you can do a certain activity, or you want to lose weight so that you can do a certain thing, I get that better. But for me, a goal of improved health, let's start there. So I want to improve my health, or a client wants to improve their health. The mindset for that is allowing things to happen that may be outside of your comfort zone per se, to allow that goal to be achieved. So not staying inside your comfort zone, because your comfort zone is typically what got you to that place, wherever you're at that you want to change. So if you want to make changes to yourself, you need to step outside of that comfort zone and explore things that you're maybe not comfortable with. And when the mindset is like, okay, I'm going to achieve this, I'm going to do this, I'm willing to step out of my comfort zone and step into the uncomfortable, or things that maybe I'm worried about or scared of, then that allows for growth. And growth is the only way you change.
Right.
So if you're dead set in this mindset of, I know exactly what I'm going to do and this is what I'm going to do, and it doesn't work, then you're deadlocked into not achieving your goal. You got to step outside your comfort zone to achieve a goal. And that's the mindset needs to be open and willing to do that.
Yeah, I think a lot, like, I've obviously been working in the industry for a long time too.
Yes, you have.
And a lot of people have preconceived notions of what's going to work and what isn't, or how they're going to lose weight, but they're not open to learning new things. They already have it set in their mind.
A lot of time. Yeah.
And it hinders their ability to achieve whatever it is they want. So yeah, that's a great thing to point out. Okay. Next question, Dan. How do you continue to learn in order to stay on top of things within your industry, within the fitness industry?
Experience is
Okay,
the
good.
best way I've learned and continue to learn, and that's through personal experience. So, um, I mean, besides the obvious answer, I read a lot of books, and I think reading is probably the go-to answer for most people. But what do you read?
Yes,
And
what
how
are
do
you
you
reading?
choose the titles that you read, and how do you choose the information you read? I've read a lot over the years, you know, on how to build muscle and certain exercises and biomechanics and understanding movement. But as I've grown through the industry and through myself, it's my personal experience that I've really learned from, and that's where my growth comes from. So as I develop myself and as I see people around me develop, I start looking into those avenues. And
Amazing.
that's really what happens. I look at myself as, how can I challenge myself? How can I grow? Where do I need to go from here? How do I step out of my comfort zone? All those things to keep the continuum of information and knowledge growing. And then that will lead me to books that I want to read.
Perfect. That's good. So who or what is your biggest inspiration for living a healthy, fit, whatever you want to call it, lifestyle?
This has probably been the struggles of my 30s. In my 20s, it was my ego. So in my the 20s, my ego totally drove my fitness routine and results. And slightly into the early 30s, the ego still drove. And then what happened was I started to release the ego slightly and started to let go of the ego. And then I was in this position of, what if my ego's not driving me? What is driving me?
Mm-hmm.
And so I contemplated that for a good 4 or 5 years as to where the driving force is. And to be honest, I still don't know if I have the driving force in replacement of my ego. The ego is a very strong driving force for your fitness and your physique, because obviously the ego sort of controls that. Um, so right now, basically what I'm looking at is I'm leaning back on that health perspective and how can I make my body a healthy place and a healthy situation. And that
Mm-hmm.
just comes down to movement. So the drive right now is exploring new opportunities within my own body to explore movement. The motivation really comes from my family, though, and it's important for me that I can maintain health so that I can keep. I know this is cliche, but we got a 2-year-old at home and we have another baby on the way. So it's my job to ensure that I have the physical ability to do anything I want with them, with have fun, play games, roll around the ground, roll in the grass, all that stuff. Just I want to be able to do that, and that's the motivation that's really
That's
driving me these days.
that's your big inspiration.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. So just a few more questions, Dan.
Okay.
This one is a little easier, a little lighthearted. If you could only use one piece of equipment for the rest of your life, what would it be and why?
Okay. I've had access to almost all the equipment I've ever wanted in the last 22 years. So,
I know.
yeah,
COVID switched that, changed
they
that.
did. It did switch
Hmm.
that. And I've been, using just a lot of my Oh, can I say body weight?
Well, what would be your
Okay. Okay.
instrument in addition to the body weight that would
Kettlebell.
a kettlebell?
Yeah, and the reason, because
Okay.
you can use it as dumbbell. You can use it structurally. You can use it
Yeah.
controlled. You can use it ballistically. You can use it to elevate yourself off the ground for push-ups or planches or something like that. You can use them. They're very versatile. So I would take 2 kettlebells if I was allowed a pair of them. But if not, I would take one.
Okay. And what's your favorite brand
Brand of equipment?
of kettlebell?
Oh, I gotta say the Core FX. And the reason why I like the Core FX is I like the way it looks.
Yeah.
I like the way it feels in the hand, and it's got a thin rubber sort of coating around it. Not too thick, not cheesy like some of the colored ones. It's just nice and sleek and has a good look to it. So I have to say
I
the Core
agree.
FX ones.
And second question based on equipment is, what equipment do you use most with your clients?
Strength band looped red. Like that, honestly,
If you guys
God.
want to know what that is, I can link it below this
Yeah.
video.
You might too. So it's a full loop. I have one here actually. Let me get on this on camera. So full loop strength band. So it's got looped on both ends. And it's a strength band, so it's got tensile strength to it, so it can resist fairly good weight. And because of it, the tensile strength has got good durability as well. That's honestly, you can use it anywhere. And during COVID, especially with people kind of moving from gyms to homes and stuff, it was a piece of equipment that they throw in their bag, and it's extremely versatile. So I've got to say that one,
Okay.
especially at this point.
Yeah, especially with home
Yeah,
workouts
definitely.
and all that. Awesome. So last two questions. First one I'm going to say is there anything you want to say to our listeners? You want to?
Yeah, I mean with COVID, it's tough, and I feel for all the businesses that had to close. I mean, we had to close, and I know some of it are trying to, hang in there, and it's got to be extremely tough. To those that are still working out, congratulations, good on you. I think it's important to keep doing that for physical and mental health. For those that stop working out, start again. Please find a way to do it. The weather's getting better, so get outside. And when I mean by working out, I want to clear this up. It is a dedicated time to your body's physical fitness. And I think it's important to sort of take that time and dedicate to your fitness. And I think you got to sweat. I think it's important to sweat a couple times a week and get the body sweating and stuff. So I guess what I'm trying to say is just keep going. Just keep doing what you got to do. And please, if you're not working out and you used to work out, get back into it. I'd really love to see everybody's health improve and not continue to decline. And your immune system needs to be strong, especially at this time. And working out is good for that. So
yeah, I agree with that one.
What I got to say.
And finally, where can our listeners connect with you online?
Yeah, so at DFit Jackson is my Instagram. Okay. I'm on there.
I'll link that below.
That, or you can email me.
Okay, awesome.
We can link that below.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us. And this is
Thanks for having me
too.
This is Dan Jackson. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next time on the FitPro series.